What's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're gonna get back to something that was good yesterday. Well, not yesterday, last season, because yesterday was gruel. But y'all get what I'm saying. Anyway, we're gonna play something that we already know was good from last season, that might still be a good this season, but we really haven't tried it yet, and that's Mono White Aggro. And there's a few different ways we might want to approach this that could be workable. And I think we all understand that the mono white life gain is actually solid, but I'm going to try to just go straight aggro. So we're not tied to having to gain the life and protect our clerics and hope we hit a Heliod or anything like that. We're just going to go beat down, go for the throat, see what happens. That being said, please, if you have a second, just a second, hop down and hit that like button just to help me out. That'll help us get in front of more people. And then if you hit the subscribe button, that helps me grow my audience and helps me out. And then, finally, if you hit the notification bell, that helps you out get notified every time I have a video up, because we try to put up all types of content. Speaking of, if you didn't know, at the end of the video, we put up a card spotlight every single week, or day, not even week, every card play video. So every time you see us put up something with the deck, check the end of the video, there's a cool thing, and sometimes it's just history, sometimes it's speculation, advice, whatever. There's all kinds of things we put in there. But check it out. It's something interesting. Just do it for yourself. It's just free content. Anyway, let's go take a look at this mono white aggro list. But we've got Selfless Savior. Obviously, trying to defend our cards. Keep your things alive after sweepers. Gives a good bit of defense, which I like. Playing the 4 Usher the Fallen. I don't mind it because if you are worried about a sweeper coming, you can go ahead and make another token, which is nice. So I appreciate that being something. Then you have the Venerable Knight. This is probably the weakest card in the deck. I don't mind playing it because it's a 2-1 for 1. It doesn't... My issue with it, I guess, is that it doesn't really push past the crabs that are 0-3s, which is a little bit of problems. It can only really give the counter to other knights, which this is the only knight in the deck, so that's a little bit of a pain. But when you're trying to get after your opponent quickly and have more 1-drops, it's kind of the best other available option. If I were to make a change, I could see cutting... Man, it's going to be crazy to say like 2 of these to maybe play like some combination of 2 more Shadiri Shelter or a Shepherd of the Flock. 4 Luminarch Aspirants, this card earns its keep all the time. Seasoned Hollowblade, same thing. You're not really changing this card. Shadiri Shelter, this is the thing I could maybe do 1 more of, possibly. I could be talked into that. Or 1 more Shepherd of the Flock, because being able to just pick up a permanent is nice. Protect a creature if you need to. Even in situations where, you know, maybe your opponent's going to destroy your Sky Maul. You want to get rid of that, right? We're playing 4 Mauls. Redain, meh, not bad, not good. Just kind of in the middle on Redain here. But Redain does protect you against the 4 and 5 mana plus sweepers. So that's kind of a benefit. So can't really be too upset at that. 4 Skyclave Apparition, got to keep that. And then Halvar, you know, being able to get turn 4, turn 5, like hit for 10 and just end the game, you know, is pretty awesome. Because you get in a couple chip damage. You go like turn 2, Hollowblade, turn 3. I guess you could do it turn 2, Shepherd of the Flock, possibly. Turn 3, Sky Maul. Then you get in for 10 after you've done any other damage early, and your opponent's nearly dead. And then discovering that we can move equipment back and forth from Halvar or whatever. That's also nice. And Halvar's backside equipment actually protects a creature. So if your creature dies, you get it back anyway. So that leads to even more things you can do. If you put it on like a Shepherd of the Flock, then the Flock dies and it goes back to your hand. Then you have defense to protect the thing from the next sweeper or whatever. Like, there's a lot of trickery in this deck, more than I would have meant. And then we have 2 Luminous Broodmoths. Again, just protect all your creatures. Then 20 Snow-Covered Plains and 2 Faceless Haven. And we're really playing the Snow-Covered land so we could take advantage of the Faceless Haven. For me, what I would probably do, and what we're going to see probably in the final list I come to, a little crazy, but it's probably going to be 4 Halvar. We're probably going to lose the Luminous Broodmoth. I could see cutting 2 Venerable Knights, which hurts a little bit, for another Shepherd of the Flock, possibly. Maybe an additional one, but I could see cutting 2 to play Shepherd of the Flock and another Shadiri Shelter. and then cutting 1 plains for a 3rd Faceless Haven. Because we almost never had trouble. Like, we almost never had an issue because we drew the 2 Faceless Havens or whatever. Like, you can still do a lot with just 1 white mana in this list. When you get 2, you kind of need it for later in the game or when you need to remove something with Apparition. But it's probably worth the risk to be able to just keep having that aggression. If your opponent does sweep the board, you're like, fine, we're going to have to. They play an Ugin early. You're like, okay, whatever, you sweep the board. We're going to attack Ugin for 4, you know, and just keep that pressure up. So we'll definitely keep this. Probably going Veteran into Seasoned Hollowblade, I think, is the best play for us. But I'm not sure after that what we want to do. I mean, obviously we're hoping to draw a 3rd land and be able to play this Maul the Skyclaves. But we'll see how that goes. They're going to use a shock on this little thing? They are. Okay, well, we don't get a real benefit from that, unfortunately. Didn't even get to attack with it once. So unfortunate. Alright, so the opponent probably is going to ignore our Hollowblade here. Wait for us to do something that they're going to get to counter. Which would make a lot of sense. I wouldn't blame them for that. We're going to attack for 3. I did try to play the Sky Maul there because I want to see if we can get some other stuff on the field first. Because our play really is to do this, and then they'll counter this most likely. I would assume. Oh, they just had Disruption? Dang it, I should have played that first. Okay, well, live and learn. Well, now our plan, I guess, is just going to be to put the Sky Maul on the Hollowblade, and then see about trying to stick this Halvar on the following turn. I think is what we're going to aim for here. Alright, they don't have any more counters. That's good to know. Get in for 7. Put the opponent down to 10, and now they're in lethal. If we can just find a land, we just play the Halvar and we're good to go. So let's just find an untapped land. Assuming they don't have a counter, of course. Experimental Overload. Sure, there's not much to get back, so go for it. Alright, deck, let's do it. And we found... Hey, we did find it. Look at that. We're just going to play Halvar, straight up. Then we're going to attack. Oh, no. Decline. We don't need to move equipment. We just want to go to the attack step and give it double strike. I forgot. It has the ability to move stuff. Let's see what the opponent's got here, since we're playing against Hobo Ghost. I haven't even heard anybody use the term hobo. I don't even know if hobo is like just a... Has that become like the bad term to use for our like homeless people? I don't know. I haven't even heard anybody use that in forever. Frostbite. Okay, well, we'll just play this as it is. No trickery. There's a good chance the deck we're playing against isn't going to have a lot of targets for the apparition anyway. So we'll just do our thing. Oh, Robber the Rich. Do I want to trade for Robber the Rich? Nah, we at least have something we could use the apparition on. We won't do that. So this is just mono red playing snow stuff? Interesting. I wonder what else they're playing that snow matters. Other than Frostbite. Because I'm not sure what that would be just yet. Alright, so if we attack, they kill the apparition. They get to block and kill our shepherd. That's... Alright, I'm kind of wussing out here, and I'm just attacking with just our apparition. Oh, they didn't have anything. Dang it. I hate when that happens. I should have known. Alright. Well. Damn it. I hate when I wasted an opportunity like that. That sucks. I'm sitting here thinking, like, I could have had 3 more damage on the opponent. Gosh dang it. Alright, I guess we'll equip the apparition so when it dies, it comes back to our hand. Then we can get rid of something else. I guess that's reasonable. I have no clue what the opponent's doing here. Okay, they have blue, so it's not just mono red. And it's all snow lands. Ascendant Spirit, okay. Well, we're just going to remove that Ascendant Spirit. That's going to be a non-issue here. Oh, this ended up being a great setup for us. Yep, we're going to get rid of you. And then we're going to play this. So if the opponent does decide to get rid of something, we at least have a 2 toughness thing here. Alright, opponent takes 8. Then worst case scenario, we get back a Skyclave Apparition if they sweep the board. Though they would be getting a 2/2 and a 1/1 back. Alright, Avalanche Caller turns lands into 4/4s. That's a thing to know about. Though the opponent is at 7. How do we want to navigate this? Oh, I guess... Ooh, that was a mistake. Because it could have blocked that and that. I could have just turned this into a 4-power, and then that would have ended the game. Bad play. Bad play. Alright, well, anyway. Can't make up for that now. If I threw the game away, it was definitely on this turn. That's for sure. Alright, well, I guess we'll just make this into a 4/4. And then you have to block... I mean, if you block that and that, you would take 8. So I might as well attack with the Aspirant, right? Because if we block here, that's 8 and you die. So no matter what, you have to block 2 4-power things. Sure, we're in. I'm game for this. I mean, you block the Apparition, at least get a 1/1 back. I mean, I think that's your play. And then you take 5, go to 2. Lose a land, which is good for us. Yeah, I'm not sure what else the opponent does here. Ovar, okay. Does that do anything? Infuriate, sure. So you make another 1/1. But you're still at 2. I think that's still game. We're going to activate this. Yeah, exactly. It was like, it doesn't matter. Now, see, these hands are always tough because it's trying to hard to figure out, like, how do we want to sequence our 1-mana things? Because I don't really know here. Like, there's times you want Selfless Savior first to protect whatever you put out there, but I think I'm going to go with this because it's still 2 power. Doesn't matter greatly if it's this or this because we weren't going to activate it anyway. We're probably going to play 2 other 1-mana things. Soaring Thought Thief. Alright, that seems legit. Well, since we know what the opponent's doing then, we're just going to hope to draw land. You know what? Do I attack and put the counter on the other Venerable Knight and make a 3/2? I think I'm willing to, actually. And if they just kill our other knight, they kill our other knight. Like, but this at least gives us a way to punch through if the opponent doesn't have anything substantial. But if they tap mana to do something, which they did, alright, now we need to find a land. That was not one on top. Ugh. We needed one really badly there, actually. Because even playing Redain or playing Apparition would have been good here. Missing a land, though, was very, very bad for us in this sequence. Oh, they're just willing to trade. Alright, I didn't think they were going to. Sweet. I'll take that. That was unexpected. I mean, it puts a card in our yard, I guess, if that's what they were aiming for. They got that part of it. Oh, they just had another Nighthawk. Alright, fair enough. Opponent chose not to attack there. Boy. Alright, well, we did all we can with 2 mana. Now, if we don't draw a third, we're just kind of toast. This is pretty bad. And now the opponent has mana up. So, like, we had 2 opportunities that could have helped us, and we missed on both. Because getting rid of either one of those would have been good. Either one to just keep them from being able to kill more stuff or whatever, but yeah, this is pretty bad. Yeah, we're just in a world of hurt here. No attacks. I mean, I assume they're just sitting behind counters now. That's not good for us. Sure. This will get countered, I'm sure. Alright, no surprise. We are good with that. Another Soaring Thought Thief. Nope. Ah, it was. Okay. Alright. Oh, still in the same situation. We gotta draw something. Man, even if we would have just had, like, a Luminarch Aspirant just to tap some things, or pump some things for a little bit would have been good. But I think we're just dead here with this draw. Yeah, because now we're just going to die during the next attack step, probably. Or close to it. Because there's no way this apparition's going to live. And even if it does, I don't think it's enough to matter now. It's too late. Too late to the party. And as you can see, we have missed a couple of land drops, which hasn't helped us. Yeah, that's not going to do anything. Alright. I mean, I'll keep it. We have a couple of turns to draw a third land, so why not? Opponent's also mulliganing to 5. I mean, I would assume, just because you have so many cheap mana things in here, the deck actually mulligans well, but if you don't find them, it doesn't really matter much. Because the preferred thing would have been a 1 mana thing there, then draw land, you know, then be able to play something else. But Shadow Spear, alright. That's good to know. We might want to just get rid of a Shadow Spear. Oh, well, there's the thing that shows up late now. That's not what we wanted. Alright, we're going to roll this out. If the opponent wants to kill it, it's a good target. 3-power creature. Might just eat a... Oh, no, there's a Woe Strider. Okay. Not what I was expecting to see, but we'll eat a Woe Strider. Why not? I mean, if they kill it, they get a 3/3 back, but it'll just trade with our Shepherd of the Flock, so I guess it's mostly fine. Alright, attack for 3. Let's see what we can do. Visionary. Alright. Drawing a card. And they found land. Well, this creates a little bit of a problem, because now it's, do we care about trading for a Visionary and giving them back a 3/3? I feel like the answer is no, but it will also tell us kind of how much they feel they need that mana. Alright. So they're willing to trade for it. Fair enough. I can live with that. We're going to run out Redain. And that's just going to try to slow down the opponent from playing a big Planeswalker or something. Makes it cost 2 more. And then we'll just see what happens here. Broken Wings. Alright, well, that does kill a Redain. Way to go, opponent. Blood Chief's Thirst, sure. I mean, they're finding cards. Can't take that away from them, that is for sure. They are finding cards. Yeah, let's do this. Play block. Shepherd of the Flock could go back to our hand. We could return that, maybe, but we'll just end the turn. We'll see if it's worth it or not later. So if we draw like a Maul the Skyclaves or something, then yeah, we'll absolutely want to return Halvar. Okay, they bottomed that and kept a card in hand. Oh, that's not bad. I kind of wanted to just get rid of the Shadow Spear, but this seems okay too. And since we have Shepherd, we can at least protect it. Alright, so we're not going to equip yet, in case they have a removal of some kind. Especially if it's like Murderous Rider or something. Alright, well. The good news for us is we get to protect the Luminarch, or the Luminous Broodmoth. And they actually don't get to go search for a card with their castle. So that works out great. That was a pretty solid turn for us. Alright, so we're gonna play this. I mean, if they have another removal card, they have another removal card. Like, we'll deal with that. Okay. So now we have some protection for the Broodmoth. So I'm just going to draw a card, go to 12. Now they've got 3 cards to work with. Gargaroth. Sweet. That is a respectable thing. Let's go ahead and remove that Shadow Spear now, because that's going to be a problem. Let's play this. And let's play this. So if push comes to shove, no attacks, we can put multiple things in front of Gargaroth, get it dead, and get all of our stuff back. Because if Broodmoth dies, it goes back to our hand. Broodmoth's ability says if these things die, they go back to our hand. So the only way this goes bad is if they have spot removal for Broodmoth, and then everything else dies. So then we just trade everything for a Gargaroth, and we start over with just a Broodmoth and a Selfless Savior. Which, you know, if we do, we do. I'm okay with that. So we didn't really lose anything in all that, which is pretty cool. Like, hard to complain about that scenario. Oh, no! But they had us. Good play by the opponent. They had a Massacre Worm. That is a big hit. Not gonna lie, did not see that coming. Good on them. Well played. Alright. See what we can do. If it's another Massacre Worm, then we're just dead. Then they'll get double triggers off their Massacre Worms, and we just die. Garrick. That's not good for us, though.
The hunt begins.
Alright.
You cannot run or hide.
I'll just take the 1, I guess. Ooh, not sure what we do here. Apparition, you are not good enough. At all. Really, the only thing we could have got here, I think, is the Skyclave. Or Maul the Skyclaves. Without it, I think we're just dead. And this is not a good situation. And even then, we're only be hitting for 7, so we'd have to get in twice to end the game. We're only at 13, so I don't know how we're going to hold up. We may end up just having to play the Skyclave just to play it. Yep, that causes a whole separate problem. Yeah, we're just dead. We got to move along. We are not going to win that one. Yeah, we'll keep this. Why not? If nothing else, we could play... Ooh, if we'd have drawn one of these last game, that could have been good too, actually. I forgot those were in the deck. I guess we had a few more outs. That would have helped. I mean, it didn't matter. We didn't draw them. But just, you know, we know they exist, and they could have. And sometimes that's what matters. Makes you feel good. Just like, well, maybe. Maybe we could have had that happen. But here we need a third land. Pretty serious. We need a third land for some serious business. That is not going to help us. Alright, so this is a weird thing. We're playing the World Tree with other green lands and a Finn? Mono green World Tree? Let's let you go get Legends. Alright, I'm curious. Like, you have my attention, opponent. Not sure what the hell's happening, but you know, I don't always have to know. Let's slow down some of this craziness that's happening till we figure out what's happening. I mean, I was going to say, you block, I will gladly discard a card with no hesitation. Alright, Golgari, sure. 2/4. Finn is getting in. We'll block. Mostly because it turns one of our Venerable Knights from a 2/1 into a 3/2. So that puts Finn on notice next turn, which we don't mind. We can go ahead and get our Skyclave action on. Play this to protect our Hollow Blade a little bit. Alright. Now we feel pretty good. We can fight this life race a little bit. Till they destroy our mall, you know, which would change everything. Because that's usually how it goes. But they have 5 mana now. I mean, if they attack with Finn, we'll definitely block. Ooh, Halvar. Alright. Well, we'll take some double strike in action. Submit 0. Why can't I cancel? Why, opponent? Why deck? Why are you not... Target a creature I control. Sure. Decline. Oh, I guess I have to, and then I can just decline to move it. Fair enough. Alright. Well, if you don't have a way to block this, yeah, you're gonna go search and find something. Yep. Lothus does nothing. So they just have, like, mono green gods? That seems bad. Yeah, we have to keep this hand. It's just not exciting. If it had, like, a 2 or 3 mana thing here, I think I'd be more impressed with it. But as it is, not great. Not great. They decide to mulligan, we're going to keep. Ooh, down to 5. Another Izzet deck, maybe. Okay, well, we'll open with a Venerable Knight. See what the opponent chooses to do here. Does our Venerable Knight get to live? It does! It got the rare occasion where it gets to live. That is exciting. We actually get to attack with the Venerable Knight. That feels so good. It almost never happens. It either just gets outright killed or they play something that makes it bad. Okay, here we go. Here comes a Tibalt thingy thing. Sure. May you hit another 0 mana thing, opponents. Sure, that's a thing.
The World Tree will be kindled for Kaldheim's surely.
Alright. We are going to play Redain. I'm trying to just think, doing some math here. We can put Tibalt down to 5. They can push it back to 7. Well, we put it at 4. Push it to 6. Yeah, I think that's what we have to do, sadly. This at least gives us some level of protection, maybe. If we have to, we could play Halvar as an equipment
Don't ruin my fun.
to force enough damage, maybe. But we'll see. Alright. So that helps, actually, that they're doing that.
Away you go.
I mean, they may want to play the Redain themselves, though, so who knows? Let's see. I mean, either way, we're just going to send both things into Tibalt. We don't really have a choice. He's just going to be on a suicide run. Source you control deal damage to a permanent you control. Alright, cool. I mean, I still only have to attack with the Venerable Knight, so... I mean, I guess that's fine. Because it's you or a source you control, right? Prevent 1 damage. Or whenever you're another permanent you control, please start a spell or ability. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess this is what we do then, right? I mean, I don't know what else to do there. Like, seems reasonable. I'm just gonna run Halvar out, I guess. And then we have to be wary of our Shajiri Shelter because we can protect Halvar, which is a big deal. I kind of want to attack with this, though, but I think we have to wait. In case some Planeswalker or silly shenanigans happen, we want to be able to protect our biggest creature as best we can. So we're just going to go ahead and play this and pass. And then next turn, we'll be able to attack with this and still play this. So we'll see what the opponent does here. They're already at 5 mana. Ooh, though, that's good. That we like to see. Oh, it did the other one? Gosh, dang it. Auto tapper, why? I must have clicked the wrong one. Oh, well, that's my fault. Either way, we should be in okay shape here. But I missed 3 damage. Opponent should be at 7. Alright, well, I don't know if that really does anything. We know we can attack with these now. Don't think I won't. Well, I don't know. Now if they sweep the board, we still attack for 6 the next turn. Do we care? Nah, we want to leave mana up for the shelter. Just the same. Alright. So now, even if some weird thing happened and they got an Ugin, the game's just over anyway. Because we can just attack for 6 with our Faceless Havens. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Opponent's just deader than a doornail. Yep. Activate. Attack, attack, attack. So this is why I keep telling people, don't bother with Trickery. It's not a good deck. Even when you hit, you can still lose. Stuff like that happens. Oh, okay. That was actually pretty fun. And truthfully, I don't know if there's a lot I would change about the list. The only thing I could think of right off the top of my head is if you do have the wild cards, I would probably swap the 2 Luminous Broodmoths for 2 Halvars. I think just having 4 Halvars is fine. Getting the double strike is very good. There's a few times I did use the actual artifact half, and it's just a 4/4 beater if nothing else. And then discovering that we can move things both during our combat step and the opponent's combat step really opened a lot for Halvar, because you're in situations now where you can, say, have your Maul of the Skyclaves attack, then during the next attack step, move the Maul of the Skyclave over to even Halvar if you wanted to. Now you've got a 6-power first striker that flies that your opponent has to deal with. Then on your turn again, during the attack step, you put it back on the thing you want to attack with. Like, it's actually pretty interesting. But anyway, just something to think about if you have the wild cards to spend. Otherwise, just play your Broodmoths you have from the last season. Should work out okay splitting them 2 and 2. as for our card spotlight today, we're going to talk about Standstill. And this feels like a pattern from the last 3 or 4 videos we've done, but this is another one that just gets left in bulk. I can't count the number of times I have bought collections or went through somebody's bulk box at a store or whatever, and Standstills are hiding out in there. And this is like a $3 to $4 card most of the time. If you find a foil one, they're like $20 plus. And it's kind of just a forgotten card. It's not one a lot of people play in a ton of decks. It's obviously mostly for older formats. I don't even see it a lot in Commander. So it's not really top of people's mind, but it is a good card that's out there. So yeah, pick through some bulk boxes. See if you can find an uncommon that's worth a few dollars. That's always a nice little pickup. And if you haven't yet, because you should have, I don't know why you didn't, but that helps me a lot if you do it. Please hit the like button and subscribe button down below, and then hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I have a video up. Also remember that if you want this deck list, or you want to come follow me on Facebook, on Twitch, on Twitter, come watch my other streams. All the links for that stuff is down below. And if you're shopping at TCGPlayer or Amazon, if you follow any of the links in the description, even if you don't buy the item that's linked, as long as you shop within 24 hours of going to that URL, I'll get a small kickback. It's not much, but hey, it helps me out, and you don't have to spend any money you weren't already spending. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.